In my opinion, this right here might be one of the most important lines in the entire game. Baizhu, you snake charmer, we are gonna go and hang out with him today. Now, I don't know much about Baizhu. He's very, very mysterious because the only time I've ever seen Baizhu is during the Liyue Archon quest, and we only got to see him for just a split second. So I don't know much about him, and I am so happy that we're gonna go learn more about Baizhu today. So let's go hang out with the snake charmer guy. The heart of healing, the search for a physician. Someone seems to be asking for help outside Boo Boo Pharmacy. Please tell me that Chi-Chi is going to be a part of this. Please tell me Chi-Chi is involved because I adore Chi-Chi. I love her to death. But let's go hang out with Baizhu here.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
Oh my God, she's like so freaking cute, and her personality, I just love her personality. She's so like monotone and like sad sounding, but it's hilarious. I don't know what it is. I adore Chi-Chi.
No, I'm not. My name's Ayu, and I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on?
How's everybody doing?
Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
It just kills me. Like, I want to be able to walk around my life just sounding like that. Hi, Traveler and Paimon. I want to be able to do that.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me.
Oh.
I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Did he get kidnapped?
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Well, maybe he's new to the area too, Paimon.
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
Oh no, is he starting to like develop Alzheimer's or something?
So, what about your mom?
I can't even with Chi-Chi.
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride, so I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there?
You mean Baizhu?
When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone. I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
Did you file a missing person report?
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
It'll be a piece of cake, no problem.
Junction can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
Oh my God, she just makes me smile.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
Hey, Cheng Sheng, how are you doing? And Baizhu, how are you doing, you stud muffin?
Cheng Sheng, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset.
Okay, I think, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, this is just speculation, this is just theory, the Harbinger in Winter Nights Lazo, there's one there that looks a lot like Baizhu. So I'm thinking that maybe that Harbinger and Baizhu are twins. One went down one path and one went down another path. That's my opinion.
Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a
What's up,
talking
Baizhu?
snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
I want a talking snake. I want a snake in general. That'd be cool.
Uncle Baizhu.
Cheng Sheng, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition, as much as you can recall?
He's so nice.
Yes, Dr. Baizhu.
Why does he call him uncle? Are they related? Ayu explains his father's health situation to
I
Baizhu.
see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Ride. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Lantern Ride is beautiful.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
How do you know this?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. Baizhu?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Will
Okay.
the two of you have time to join me?
Are you talking to us or are you talking to Chi-Chi and Gui here?
Don't forget us two. We already
Yeah,
told you that we'd help.
Yeah. Man, I love Baiju's outfit. He just looks like a stud muffin. Like so fancy. Can you imagine how long it takes him to get dressed in the mornings?
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
You can count on us, bro.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
It is.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy. Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come with me and Ayu?
Let's go.
Let's start by talking to the Millilith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
Let's go. And Roth, the heart of a healing. This ought to be interesting. So, this kid's dad is missing. Mom is nowhere to be seen either. And this kid's just running around. Man, some bad parenting going on in this game, I tell you.
They
All right,
searched
what are
to the
these guys
north,
gonna
but
say?
Couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
This guy just like vanished in thin air.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
I don't know. Go ask Ning
Excuse
Wang.
me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
It's such a good kid.
Hey there, buddy. Dr. Baizhu. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
I like his voice. I don't know. Baiju's voice to me is just really, it's not very rich, but it's really smooth. Do you know what I mean? It's like even keeled.
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
Did you monsters around? Nothing? Did they fall down into a well? Where's Lassie when you need her?
The guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool?
Let's go.
The terrain there can be tricky to navigate.
Not for
Let's
us.
hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
Not for us. We'll take that area. No problem.
You will? Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
Look, there's somebody over there.
Is that you? Hey, are you Dad?
Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop!
Is he gonna-
Don't go any further!
Is he gonna like walk off of a cliff? Where are you going? Hey, somebody tackle
Watch
him!
where you're going!
Oh, who's this? Hu Tao? Wait. Why is Hu Tao saving him? I thought she wanted customers. Right? You would think she'd just sit back and be like, well, where's a customer for me? I'm just gonna sit back and watch him just, jump off this cliff. Hu Tao coming to the rescue. I figured she'd won the money.
Oh, dear customer. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but we never hasten the inevitable. Are you all right?
Oh my God, Hu Tao. I love her eyes. I love Hu Tao. Hu Tao's one of my favorites. You okay there, guy?
Huh?
Dad!
Are you all right? What is going on?
Hey, Hu Tao! My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Hu Tao,
And-
how are you doing? You know Baizhu. I bet you two don't like each other. You just want people to die, and Baizhu just wants to help people. So I'm going to assume that they don't like each other because he's trying to make sure people don't die, and she's like, I want people to die.
My worst nightmare.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
They don't like each other. They don't like each other. I told you.
Thank you, Director Who, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
What's going on with this guy?
Are you? Who am I?
His dad? Did you get amnesia? What is happening?
Your name is Xiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jia Liang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to see the doctor. Wait, why do I need to see the doctor?
What's going on with this guy?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away.
Yeah, let's go. Is there a hospital? Does Teyvat have a hospital? We haven't seen a hospital yet. I just realized that. Huh.
Sorry, Hu-Tao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Yes, Hu Tao, I adore you.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
What else are we gonna do with him?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Yeah.
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
Oh.
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
I'm lost too, Paimon.
There are traces of God remains in Jia Liang's system.
God remains.
Oh, yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
God remains? What?
Paimon, sorry. What?
That's, yeah. What?
God remains? There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay.
What?
It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great-uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Yeah, come with us, Hu Tao.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today.
And don't forget that we're here too. We won't let things get out of hand. Yeah, no fighting. No fighting between you two, okay?
Okay, deal. We're not going to solve anything by keeping Jia Liang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great-uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
Thanks, Hu Tao. You're awesome.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence. Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once.
Let's go. Let's go. The group returns to the back room at Boo Boo Pharmacy. Ooh. What is up with this guy? Like, God remains? How does that happen?
Blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
But then what if you just built him up, right? Paimon literally just built up Baizhu to be like, oh, he could do everything. Don't worry, he's got this. And then what if Baizhu turns around and says, sorry, I'm not gonna be able to do nothing.
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed.
Is it a grim prognosis? Is he gonna die?
No. I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight.
Maybe he has some kind of like bacteria in his brain that is eating it from the inside out or something.
Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Okay. Tomorrow. That's quick.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Hu, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
Hu Tao seems a little disappointed.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
Okay, we'll be heading out too now.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Chung Chung.
Bye, guys.
Bye for now, everyone.
Bye, you stud muffin. Look at him. Look at him standing there like, I got this. Don't you worry. He's so confident.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
Ooh, interesting. So this guy said he's got god remains? How did which god? How does that work?
All's well that ends well, huh?
I don't know, Paimon. I just have a lot of questions like how can Baizhu cure him in 24 hours? How did he get these god remains? How did they get inside him? What in the world?
You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like?
You mean Baiju's master? You mean Ayu's mother?
Yeah, you must be curious too, right?
I am.
Let's go see what we can find out while Baiju's busy treating Ayu's dad.
All right, let's go. Where are we gonna go? To where?
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery.
Yes.
Hello, you busy
Brain
bees,
surgery, I
and
guess?
what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today?
So are we gonna learn why you and Baizhu don't get along?
Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
I always have questions for you, Hu Tao.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baiju's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baizhu could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
Okay, that vaguely rings a bell. Are we talking about? No, which war are we talking about? Are we talking about like the Primordial War? Are we talking about the Archon War? That vaguely rings a bell, but the details are hazy.
Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death.
Ooh, okay.
These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn to spot them?
This is interesting.
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle. Baiju's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Okay.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baiju's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist.
That is now available. Chenyu Vale is open to the public.
That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead.
Oh, that's interesting.
My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Interesting.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change.
I'd say so.
Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng funeral parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him.
Pharmacist. Who? Who was it? Do we get to learn that? Ooh, I want to know. And then also I want to know if they had like other kids. Because like I said, I think Baizhu and is it Pantalone? Pantalone, right? In the Winter Nights Lazo trailer, I think they might be twins.
And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Yeah.
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide. One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say.
Okay, that's interesting. That is interesting. Baizhu is obsessed with the idea of immortality. Wow. Oh, now my head is really, really turning. Oh, that makes me wonder. Oh, immortality?
Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
What if Baizhu is not what he seems? What if Baizhu is doing like a Dottore type stuff to try and find like the fountain of youth or whatever? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you never know with this game. Plot twist all over the place. What if like Pantalone is kind of like Dottore in that his like there's multiple, right? So like Baizhu is one, Pantalone is another. Like they did like a Dottore type thing, right? And split like their souls in two, kind of like, you know, Voldemort or whatever. And they're both looking for the thing for immortality or whatever, but Pantalone is a harbinger and Baizhu is portraying, not portraying, but is like a pharmacy, but they're both obsessed with the same thing.
The water possesses a
I'm just throwing out theories and speculation. I'm literally, my gears are just turning. That's all it is.
Dad!
Are you okay? How are you feeling? Are your memories back? Do you know who you are? Do you know what day it is? I don't even know what damn day it is.
Are you?
He looks so run down.
Dad, you remember me!
Yes, I remember now. Oh, are you? I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Yeah, where'd she go?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baizhu's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baizhu.
All right, quest over. All done.
My pleasure, really.
It's
It's
right?
the least I
Roll
can
credits.
do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
See, I want to learn more. Now I want to learn so much more about Baizhu.
Not at all, Dr. Baizhu. It's only because Jiang Li, what was her reason again?
What?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
Director Hu, do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
What's Hu Tao gonna say?
It seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? But how did you accomplish this in a single night?
Yeah, that's what I want to know too.
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid.
Really?
If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jialiang for as long as you wish.
No, I want to know too. What did he do?
Though I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Man, they really don't like each other.
Oh, come on, Baizhu. I'm not that unreasonable.
What's up? Baizhu looks a little worse for wear. Are you okay? Did a migraine just hit you? Something's wrong.
Yeah, I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baizhu, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
What is happening?
Yes, of course. Everyone, please excuse Qiangsheng and myself for a moment.
Is the snake like a part of Baizhu? As in, like, is the snake like, how can I explain what I'm trying to say? So is Qiangsheng like basically Baizhu's conscience type thing, maybe? Or like his... Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now.
Now I want to know how Qiangsheng can talk.
But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Dude, his outfit is legit. Yes, share your secret with us.
Who's there?
We can keep a secret. Nobody. How you doing? It's me, Professor. It's me, us.
Why did you follow us here?
You had a headache. I thought you were looking a little unwell.
Oh, it's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face? Traveler, Paimon, the truth is, Baizhu did not cure Jialiang's illness.
Then what did he do? If he didn't cure his illness, what happened?
Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
Wait, what? Baizhu transferred some of his life. Is this like Star Wars, the thing where about the life force at the end of the whole Star Wars series? You know, Episode 9, not the best one ever, but you know what I'm saying? You transferred your life force to stop poison. How did you do that?
Baizhu, can you please explain all of this?
Did it like did you like take years off of your life?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Qiangsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Qiangsheng's secret art to treat patients.
Ooh.
I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Qiangsheng as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
Qiangsheng? You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baizhu's strange choice of a necklace.
Now, where did you come from? Like, where are you from? How did that happen? Like, where did you get that power? I have so many questions right now.
Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin.
Oh, man.
I was treating patients with Baizhu's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
I guess not. So, snake's really old.
Please, that's enough.
You're looking even worse now than before. Are you sure you're okay?
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
I think so.
Hardly.
Oh, maybe not.
Xiang helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body, and soon.
So basically what you two are saying is that you basically put a band-aid on this guy, right? But we have to fix the problem before the band-aid gets ripped off.
Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own.
Wow, Cheng Sheng calling Baizhu a dummy? Ooh, go on, Baizhu, let us help you.
Baizhu, don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Entire life.
How long have you been alive?
Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Paimon doesn't think we've seen this
Wait.
side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped us out before.
So is that why Baizhu is like looking for like immortality, or like the secret to immortality, so he can just continuously transfer his life force to people that need help? But he's immortal, so he would never die. What are the next steps?
The poison in Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it.
Do you know where his house is?
Yes.
I wanna know
asked
too.
Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot to the west of Qingsa village. Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look after the pharmacy.
Let's go.
As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple, Jiangli.
Yeah, where'd she go?
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here?
See, this is where I'd want to live. Out in the middle of nowhere.
Well hidden. Paimon's never noticed it before.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'd want to live here too. It's a nice little cottage.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiangli was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiangli? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Okay.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang.
All right.
Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiangli did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family.
That's interesting. Where is she now?
The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Quarrel? What happened?
I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiangli or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
Okay.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
Gotcha.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baizhu. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
Well, he might still be the sneaky, scheming type. We don't know, really.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions?
Not mine. No.
You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
Dude, big line. In my opinion, this right here might be one of the most important lines in the entire game. This right here might be one of the most important lines in the entire game. A few words from me is enough to dispel all of your suspicions. You ought not be so quick to relax your guard, Paimon. Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda. That might be one of the most important lines that I have heard yet.
What the? Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
I'm just saying. I have said it. You can't trust anyone.
There for now. Jiang Li has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation.
And you notice how he just kind of went right past it? He's like, okay, let's move on from what I just said. He just went right by it. Like pretty much ignored what Paimon said. So I have said it for the longest time. You can't trust anyone in this game. I'm telling you.
Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Sounds good, Baizhu.
What is this?
It's a potion.
Chung Sheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
Is it god remains? Where are we finding these god remains?
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it? Breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive.
What is going on? Alive?
Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances.
Okay, that just went way over my head.
If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
What?
The call of the... Wait.
What?
So, back when Jialiang ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading.
He was going back towards Shinsei village?
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother lode.
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jialiang?
This is crazy.
Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden? Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted
are you saying his
is
wife?
likely a resident of the house.
Are you saying, well, so you're saying it's either Ayu's mom or Ayu himself? Was it his wife? Is that why she can't be found?
You mean Jialiang? Why would he poison himself?
I don't think did he?
Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs.
His wife tried to kill him?
Huh? So you're saying it was Jiang Li?
Dun dun. It's like an episode of Law and Order. Bum bum. Need the Law and Order like sound effect in this moment.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either. Why would she poison her own husband?
Maybe for the insurance money.
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiang Li does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery.
Yeah, let's do that. Do you know of the method to neutralize the poison?
Yes. According
How do we do
to
that?
the origins and symptoms of diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother load is purged.
How do we do that?
So if we can find and destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jia Liang's system without the need for any further treatment.
Okay, let's do that.
Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
I've only heard the rumors, nothing concrete.
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time. Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this? Well,
Yes.
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa.
That's interesting.
Enter a contract?
Leeway
Share
is the
life
land of
force?
contracts.
Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon.
It is. It is.
Hey, plenty of
Black
people
magic.
would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me.
Like voodoo or something.
With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach.
Or gaining weight, unlike me. You saying I can eat pizza all the time?
Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baizhu, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
What are the rules? What are the rules?
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face?
Like a backhanded insult? Strange. Baizhu has a weak constitution. And didn't his master pass away in an early age?
Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames!
Oh
Both of
lord.
you. Baizhu, you're Mannequin Man! Changsheng, you're just a pain in the neck!
Paimon throwing around nicknames again. Mannequin Man and Pain in the Neck.
This is exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
She does have a short temper.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
Are we gonna go see Cloud Retainer?
With how
Who are we gonna go
antisocial
see?
they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk.
Actually, I do have someone that I can call. Who we're gonna call? We're gonna call up Xiao. We're gonna call up who? Cloud Retainer?
What?
Who?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We
That
are
was
truly
Vaksha.
fortunate to have you on our side.
Or Yaksha?
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
Who are we talking about? We gotta be talking about Cloud Retainer. Has to be. Xiao! We're gonna. No, shut up. Xiao's gonna jump in on this. Oh, the Pogo Boy. Best Boy is showing up during Baizhu Story Quest. Xiao! Are you there?
You called?
And there he is. Yes, we rang. Man, you're quick. How you doing, Xiao? How you been, bro? You doing okay?
Gets Paimon every time. Aren't all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
No, just Xiao. He's special.
Well, this is unexpected.
Let's talk to him.
Huh? It's you.
Baizhu of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
All right, so this must have been the Lantern Rite when last year's Lantern Rite, couple years before. One I haven't seen.
Huh? you two already know each other?
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me?
Yes, you stud muffin. Let me explain. Actually, I wanted to ask you about dead gods. You tell Xiao everything that has happened. What do you know, Xiao?
So someone has been concocting demonic poison. Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable.
Lament.
I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Qingce village.
What?
A vile monster known as the Che once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis. The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Qingce village was founded sometime after that.
Okay, I feel like I might have heard like that story before somewhere. Like in a quest, or maybe Zhongli's quest or something? Like a story quest? I've heard that somewhere.
The seal is still mostly intact. If the Che is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak.
Okay, I see.
I
Gotcha.
do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary.
Is it the Chi of your? Oh, that's what it was. The Chi of your world quest is where I knew I'd heard something about that.
But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again.
Don't worry, I will. Thank you, Xiao. All right, so we learned that. Wow. Okay. God remains under Qingce village.
Nothing.
Why did you look at Cheng Sheng like that?
I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
So Xiao knows.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
This story quest is so good because it's got so much lore in it, and oh man, there's a lot of lore in this one.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them. That's Xiao for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
If the god remains
So let's go
are leaking
find
from
this.
underground,
Yes.
Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
How are we gonna find the cave though?
Master!
Hey!
Master! There's a problem!
What is it? What is it? What happened?
Gui? Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What's going on?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath and tell me everything.
It's Jiaoliang.
What happened to him?
He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
What did you guys do to him?
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
Oh man, this is so good. This is so good.
Dad!
All right, what happened?
What's wrong?
What happened?
Dad?
What happened? Chi-Chi? What happened? What is going on?
Don't be scared. Dr. Baizhu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Oh, obviously not good.
Dr. Baizhu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
Oh, that's real bad.
When Gui left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jiaoliang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
What are they gonna do? Oh my god, it's like an emergency room.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
I feel like you might be giving this kid false hope a little bit.
He's not gonna use Chang Sheng's secret art again, is he?
I don't know what he's gonna do. Do we get to see it?
No other way to save Jiaoliang?
Ayu, what do you think? Are you okay?
Please don't worry. Dr. Baizhu will find a way.
But...
Oh, poor kid, man. Poor kid. Man, this took a turn for the worst, dude. Guy's coughing up blood and Baizhu, like all of his secret black art, dark magic.
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Okay, what happened?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baizhu? I still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Did Baizhu give him more of his life force through Changsheng?
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiangli once we find her.
Dude, she tried to kill you. Your wife tried to murder you, poison you. She wants the insurance money.
Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
She's a fugitive on the run.
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
Do we tell him? Do we tell him? Your wife tried to poison you.
I'll come with...
Oh, he's hurting again. This is bad.
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baizhu in person once he's finished resting.
Dude, in my opinion, this might be one of the best story quests yet. This is up there. This is interesting.
Traveler, Baizhu hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jialiang again. Do you think he...
Let's go check up on him.
Huh? Hey, wait up!
Okay, let's go check up on Baizhu here.
Huh?
Dude, look at your... Dude, man, I want to live here. Can I move in with Baizhu? This is a nice... He's got a nice setup.
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiangli's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baizhu's gonna nap for?
Yeah, Baizhu, we're here to say hello. How are you feeling?
They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
You two doing okay? Baizhu, Chengsheng?
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just... Who's talking behind our backs again?
It's not us. It's not me. Traveler never says anything, okay? Traveler is mute unless, Zach needs to get paid. All right? Paimon's the one talking behind your back, not me.
Ah! Baizhu! Changsheng!
Are you both okay?
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
So do you get life force back as time goes on? Or is it gone forever?
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment.
What?
And as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
What else is wrong with him?
Yes. But more pertinently, The poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition.
Oh, I see. So the poison that his wife was giving him, he was already kind of sick before. And so the poison that his wife was giving him was to try to help with the condition that he had. But now that this poison is basically making him even more sicker. I see what you're saying. So it's like you ever see those commercials where, you know, take this little pill, but you can also suffer from diarrhea, cold sweats, fever, you know, cough, all that stuff, stroke, you know, possibility of a stroke, that sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs.
Got it.
Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Yeah, okay. I was right. I get it now.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
So that's why Jiang Ling did it. It wasn't to hurt him, it was to try to help him, but
Still,
but it made him worse.
using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition. Moreover,
I get it.
the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiang Li had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiang Li has exposed herself to them.
So is she sick too?
I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described.
Xiao.
In an effort to save Jialiang's life, Jiang Li has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
So how are we gonna manage this?
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate.
Perhaps.
To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Dude, this is getting pretty crazy and wild. Fate?
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiang Li is.
Yeah, let's go find her.
Her regular exposure to god remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
Question mark? Who's that? Is that Jiang Ling? What are you...
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baizhu.
What are you doing? Were you eavesdropping? Oh my god. Oh no, this is bad.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
This isn't good.
Dr. Baizhu, please let me come with you.
Oh no, oh no.
You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiang Li's sake. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
I don't know if we should take him with us or not. I don't know.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
I agree with you.
No! We're out of time. We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna take him with?
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
Oh, man. Is somebody gonna
I
die?
expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it?
Hu Tao's gonna be following us.
There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well. Then follow me.
Let's go. Yes, I told you. Hu Tao's gonna be on our backs, waiting on somebody to die. I knew it. Look at Chi Chi. She's such a cutie patootie. Man, I adore her so much. I wish her like kit was so much better than what it is, because
Dr. Baizhu?
her design is so good.
Are you heading out again?
And her personality is so good too.
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula?
Usual formula.
Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
All right, let's go.
Dr. Baizhu? Do you mean...
I love Klee. Or not Klee, Chi Chi. I love Klee too, but I love Chi Chi.
Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
What?
Okay.
Yes, what is going on?
That strange feeling is back. It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me somewhere.
Yeah, that's what Baizhu said.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood is growing more severe? Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's this way.
All right, let's go. Just don't try to like fall off a cliff this time, okay? Or walk off a cliff.
There is an inauspicious presence here. Even I can sense it.
I can sense it too.
I think I remember this place.
I guess we gotta go in, right?
Jialiang, are you okay? Maybe you should rest here while we continue the search.
Yeah. You chill.
No, I have to keep going. Jiangli is still waiting for me.
I have a feeling somebody's gonna die. I have a feeling somebody's gonna like die. Lament, what are you doing up here?
From the looks of it, you've already tracked down the location of the source?
Yes, we've made some progress.
Really? That's good to hear.
Have you been standing guard here this entire time?
I cannot simply look the other way when evil spirits are involved.
You never can.
In any case, the evil presence here is growing stronger. I can sense it.
I know, we're gonna go in.
Whatever you're planning to do, make it quick. If you leave it too long, and I am compelled to intervene, things may not turn out the way you wish.
Well, you might have to intervene.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up ahead?
It is creepy in here.
The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old. I suspect it is a thieves' tunnel. A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these parts before. Maybe it was the treasure hoarders that dug this tunnel.
Judging by the tools they left behind, it's certainly a possibility.
Okay.
But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their tools?
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to,
Lose your memory.
curses. Why can't I remember what she said?
Lose your memory?
Easy, Jialiang. Come on, let's keep going.
Dendro cores just popping left and right.
There's a set treasure here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I don't see any dust on the sensor surface. The burn marks on the inside are still fresh. So somebody was new here. I don't think this was left here by the treasure. Probably his wife.
I believe this sensor
This guy's
was used
wife.
to burn a monster-repelling incense.
A monster repelling incense? You sure? 'Cause we did run into that group of monsters just now.
Yeah, it didn't repel nothing.
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deeper inside the cave. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon their designs on this cave. After them, Jiangli was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented an opportunity to save Jia Liang's life, albeit as a last resort.
That's right. This sensor, it belongs to Jiangli. Yes, this was the place. This is where I told Jiangli to give me the poison.
Okay, I think he's gonna die.
Jiao
I'm fine. Let's keep going.
He's gonna
I
die.
can feel it. She is right below us, waiting for me.
Oh no. Oh no, what are we gonna find?
Inazuma shines eternal!
All done. Get out of my game, Geofisham. Ugh. Can't stop me.
Dr. Baizhu, how serious is it? Is she...
Is she okay?
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave.
So she's about to die, is what you're saying.
The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition,
Oh,
much
look
as
at
the
this.
poison in your system did to you.
Oh, this is what is happening down
If
here.
we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that she may never wake up again.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the remains right away!
Where's Klee at when you need her? She can blow it up.
It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember what Baizhu said? The poison within Jialiang's body is inextricably linked to the god remains here.
Okay. So you're saying if we blow it up, he's gonna die.
If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop having any effect.
So it's gonna, okay.
And the
The
poison,
poison
within
is keeping his heart-
Jialiang's body is keeping his heart condition under control. So, if it stops working...
His heart explodes.
Oh no. Are you saying...
Indeed. If the god remains here are purged, then your life will come to an end.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! What are you gonna do? Is he gonna do it? What is he gonna do? What do we do? What are we gonna do?
I wondered when this day might come.
No!
Wait. But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life.
I agree.
After all that, we can't just give up on him.
I agree with you, Paimon.
Baizhu, you're a great doctor. Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him, right?
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiangli, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think of something.
Man!
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it and live.
Dr. Baizhu, give it to me straight. How long does Jiangli have?
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art,
You can't be thinking about that again.
But what would be the point of that? Dr. Baizhu, I'm all too aware of the dangers of god remains. You are not the first to mention it to me. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiangli have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I would have to live with the looming threat of these remains breaking out and wreaking havoc not just upon me, but my entire family. I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see IU grow up is already a great blessing from Rex Lapis. If my choice can bring Jiangli back, then even if I die.
So you're gonna sacrifice yourself for your wife.
Xiaoliang.
It's so sad, man. No, what is it?
After cheating death for so long, it seems I've grown somewhat addicted to life.
Oh no, this is sad.
Traveler, Dr. Baizhu, could I have another minute with my wife? I just want to have one final moment together. Just a moment, that's all.
You take all the time you need, Jialing.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that I won't be able to repay your kindness in this life.
Xiaoliang.
Don't you cry, Paimon.
Is there really nothing else you can do?
Paimon, there's no crying in Genshin. We don't cry in Genshin. No crying. You cry, I cry, we all cry. No crying, okay?
I am sure that over the years, Jiangli will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides Changsheng's secret art.
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Jiangli would not have had to resort to unnatural methods. What a crazy situation! Jiangli risked it all to save Jialiang's life, and now Jialiang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiangli. What's the point of it all?
I don't know, Paimon, but stop, man. Okay, your voice acting in this story quest has been pretty top tier there, Paimon. I'll give you that. All we can do right now is honor Jiangling's decision and bear witness.
I've seen many
We're just gonna watch him?
farewells in my time, but I can never get used to it.
How long has Baizhu been alive?
In the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fitting end to die for a worthy cause? At least, that's what generations of masters before you have always believed.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice themselves for others, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, it would be time for me to go. If you could only see him now. He took me all the way to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. And he even got the Adventurers Guild to search for you. So, I know that you'll both be okay without me.
Well, that's it. Game over.
I've said my goodbyes. My time has come. Do what
Game
you must.
over.
As you wish.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit it right there. What is he gonna do? What are we gonna do? What is... And then poof, there he goes, dead. Heart explodes. And no, man, come on, dude, come on, pull out, like fight, like do something.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a shadow of your true self.
Is that his wife talking to him, I guess?
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to stay with you and watch Ayu grow up.
Dude, man, why couldn't we, if we could help him out, he doesn't have to suffer.
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad.
Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal herbs right away. I promise you, nothing will happen to our family.
Why would these memories come to mind now?
It's your life flashing before your eyes, and now your wife's awake. Yeah, you're gonna watch him die.
The longer we live, the tighter we cling to what we have.
Yeah.
Oh, how I would love
We can't hear her.
To hear your voice one last time.
He can't hear her. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. Is he dead?
Jialiang. 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 Jialiang.
Is he not dead? Oh, he's not dead. He's still alive? Wait, what? How did that happen? He's still alive?
Dad, are you awake?
Wait, how did that work? What happened?
Jiangli, are you?
Yeah, I'm confusion.
Didn't I... Huh? What are these?
They look like talismans or something.
How does it feel to come back to life?
Do you feel strange or different in any way? If so, could you describe it to me in detail?
Wait, did he turn him into like a Chi-Chi?
Dr. Baizhu, I thought that I was going to...
So he's a zombie now? Like Chi-Chi.
Die? You did indeed. As things stand now, you're more akin to a zombie than a human.
He is a Chi-Chi. Well, kind of like a Chi-Chi.
I'm a zombie?
That's right. Before we set off, I asked Chi-Chi to prepare an elixir of immortality. With its help, you have been suspended in the space between life and death.
Dude.
Of course, this is but a crude imitation of an Adeptus art. I don't expect it to extend your life indefinitely. Whether it will keep you alive for a few days, a few months, or a few years, I'm as interested as you to find out.
So did you do the same thing to Chi-Chi that you did to him? So if that's the case, then we don't know when Chi-Chi's gonna actually, quote unquote, die. No, you cannot kill Chi-Chi. I'm telling you right now, game.
But, however long you have left, I believe it should be more than sufficient time for you to say your final goodbyes before departing the world in peace. I hope that Director Hu finds this arrangement to be a satisfactory one.
I knew she was following us the whole time.
An elixir of immortality? How'd you cook that up? Ugh. Leave it to you to work on something like that behind my back.
He's stealing your customers, Hu Tao.
It's a work in progress that hardly lives up to its name, and it would have had no effect were it not for Jialiang's iron will. In the end, I am merely a doctor. I understand very little of the great principles governing life and death and the perpetual cycle of yin and yang. All I know is that if I'm presented with a life that deserves to be saved, I will do everything in my power to save them. And even this would have counted for nothing without Director Hu's assistance. After all, did you not tell Jia Liang to show us the way before we set off for Qingce village?
Oops. And I'm busted.
You got caught, Hu Tao. You got caught. You basically said, hey, so you're the one that, yeah, this is all your fault. He almost died because of you. Well, I mean, you would have had a new customer, but...
Without Director Hu nudging things in the right direction, we may not have found Jiang Li in time.
That is true. I knew someone was listening on that conversation, so it was Hu Tao.
No wonder he didn't mention the elixir then.
Excuse me.
I thought he was being frank and transparent with me for once, but apparently not.
Director Hu told me to keep her suggestion a secret, but it seems nothing escapes Dr. Baiju's attention.
Never underestimate a serpent's sense of smell.
All I wanted was to help Jia Liang find his missing wife as soon as possible, so that he could be on his way to the afterlife without any unfulfilled wishes making the journey more difficult than it needs to be.
So Hu Tao knew what was going to happen all along.
Leave it to Boo Boo Pharmacy to snatch the perfect opportunity right out of my hands at the last hurdle.
Stole her customers.
Never mind. I'll just have to put it down in the books as a deferred consideration.
Just straight up stole a customer right out from under Hu Tao.
One Chi-Chi was enough of a conundrum. The last thing I need's another one. If I'd known this was coming, I'd have whisked him off to the Wangsheng funeral parlor the moment I found him.
Chi-Chi is terrified of Hu Tao.
You stay away from my dad! When I grow up, I'm gonna become an even better doctor than Mom and Baizhu, and cure Dad for good!
No.
Oh, is that right? Well, you wouldn't be the first person who's tried to put Wangsheng Funeral Parlor out of business. If you're serious about it, you'll have your work cut out for you.
Bye, Hu Tao. It's always good to see you.
Paimon. I'll catch you all another time.
Sounds good, Hu Tao. It's always good to see you. I love Hu Tao. She's hilarious.
Is she finally gone?
Chi-Chi, I feel so bad for Chi-Chi.
All's well that ends well. If you ask Paimon, we should probably do something to celebrate this hard-earned family reunion.
Such as Paimon's idea of a celebration can only mean one thing: food.
At times like this, a grand celebratory feast is in order.
Yep, called it.
It feels like it was a whole lifetime ago when I last talked with Zhongli and Ayu around the dinner table.
This was a hard-won meal. That is true. Maybe I'll whip something up too. It's been a while.
Yay!
We're gonna do some cooking.
Wait! All right, first things first, off to the market for some fresh ingredients. Let's go!
Let's go. See you guys.
Wait up! I'll come too!
Baizhu, thank you so much for everything you've done for us.
Don't mention it, Jiangli. I was just doing my duty.
Just your duty, huh? Baizhu, Changsheng, would you mind if we took this conversation outside?
Ooh, what is she gonna say? I want to know what they say. Can we eavesdrop?
Time flies. It's been so long since we bade each other farewell in Chenyu Vale. Changsheng, you're the same as ever. You haven't changed one bit.
You, on the other hand, have changed a lot.
You're right. My younger self would have never imagined that things would one day turn out this way.
Your voice, her voice sounds familiar.
That you'd turn out this way, Baizhu.
Like I've heard it somewhere.
I've taken
For
a
sure.
look at your elixir of immortality. It's not altogether dissimilar from the poison I concocted in terms of the way it functions.
I have to say, Jiangli, it was a stroke of genius to use poison to maintain life. I hope you're not too upset at me for copying your methods.
No, not at all. With your intellect, even if you'd never seen my poison, I believe you would have eventually arrived at the same approach. But I'm still impressed by how quickly you managed to gain such a thorough understanding of it. Jialiang's still only been in your care for a few days. Not just that, you even managed to improve upon the original formula. That cannot be explained by intellect alone. Baizhu, be honest with me. Did you try out some of the poison on yourself?
Ooh. Ooh, did you?
Huh. Told you the truth would surface sooner or later.
Uh-huh.
Life force isn't the only thing that Changsheng's contract lets you transfer between bodies, is it?
Nothing gets past you, Jiangli. You are correct. Besides life force, Changsheng's secret art also allows for the transfer of toxins and diseases.
So you absorbed some of the poison out of the guy? How are you not sick then? Or how are you...
When I treated Jia Liang for the second time, I transferred some of the poison from his body into my own. Not only did this allow me to alleviate the burden on him, but it also gave me an opportunity to study its properties. There is no need to worry about any long-term consequences to my health, however. Now that the source has been destroyed, any remaining poison in me will have already dissipated.
Okay.
But you took such a huge risk. If we hadn't destroyed the god's remains back there, then even you might have...
Died? Perished? Been deceased? Yes.
What am I saying? I'm in no position to criticize you for this. The reason I left our master and went into hiding all those years ago was that he was getting old, and I didn't want him using up any more of his own life force to treat my husband. But in the end, how were my methods any different? I risked one life to save another, and then you tried the poison on yourself too. It looks like both of us have ended up going the same way as our master before us. Are all disciples of Chenyu Vale destined to turn out this way? To live a short life haven't given away our own for the sake of others? To fight relentlessly against the natural course of life and death, whatever the cost? Maybe our fate is sealed the moment we decide to study medicine.
There's that word again. Fate.
We are doctors, Jiangli. We ought never say that anyone's fate is sealed.
Baizhu, I can tell that, over the years, you've used the contract with Changshang to transfer many diseases and toxins to yourself. There are so many that some of them I don't even recognize. Can you still stop before it's too late?
I don't think he's gonna.
I think you know the answer, Jiangli. Every one of us from Chenyu Vale believes in the same thing.
Hey, food's ready!
Oh, Paimon's got food.
Mom, come and join us. The Traveler taught me a load of new recipes and said even Dad will be able to taste them. Come and try them out.
Yes, darling. Mom will be there in just a second. Hey, slow down. Baizhu, I know I won't be able to convince you, but please don't forget that if one day you're not around anymore, Qiqi, Gui, and all the friends who have grown fond of you, they will all miss you dearly.
There's no need to worry, Jiangli. I know what I'm doing.
Okay. He said he knows what he's doing.
I can only hope so.
But does he know what he's doing? We don't know. He's pondering.
Baizhu, what did Jiangli mean by not around anymore?
Also, when Cheng Sheng was talking, yeah, that word fate gets thrown around a lot. What does she mean exactly?
Every single mortal I've ever contracted with, including Baizhu and Jiangli's master, has passed away at a young age.
Ooh.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said that the contract with you helps people live longer.
That's what she said.
It is a very long story.
Ooh, tell me the story.
Long ago, when plagues ravaged the land, one doctor made a pledge to rid the world of pain and suffering. But even the most ingenious mortal medicine could not stay the tide of disease. And after working tirelessly for many years, even his dearest loved ones fell sick and bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor sought the herb lord, but found only a white snake, its breathing weak and its power all but spent.
Cheng Sheng, right?
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of death. And yet, the time still came to say goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient, his favorite disciple. The disciple chose to dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation followed in these footsteps.
Dude. So we're saying that if Baizhu doesn't stop doing his life force thing, he's gonna end up
Since I
dying.
inherited this contract, I've always respected the path taken by my predecessors and followed it myself unquestioningly. That is until I tried to use the art to save my own disciple's beloved. She begged me not to use up my own life force. She said that this art is a poisoned chalice, an evil and unnatural practice. She did not wish to sacrifice one life for the sake of another, when both were lives she treasured. Only then did it occur to me. Did I not suffer when my master passed away, just as patients' families do at their loved one's deathbed? Are not the lives cut short by this contract just as worthy of saving as any patients? What is this contract to us? Medicine or poison? Alas, I no longer have enough time left to find the answer. I entrust to your care both Changsheng and this final question. May you find a remedy for this conundrum, which has ailed us so.
Time and again, no matter how much I try to warn them or balance their chi, I can never save them. And you? What's your answer?
If I abandoned the contract and left you without a host, what would happen?
I suppose I'd spend my final moments taking a nice nap on Mount Yaojun. Then I'd be reunited with my old friends and your predecessors.
Then it's decided. If there's a life in front of me that deserves to be saved, why shouldn't I do everything within my power to save it?
Once again, it's the same answer. So be it. Close your eyes. Who knows how many more people will take on this contract?
None. This contract will end with me.
Ooh, his eye color changed. Like once he
My contract has strict
signed his
requirements
contract
on the
with
host's
Changsheng?
natural temperament.
Okay.
All my hosts have been most pure of heart.
Okay. So Baizhu is trying to do this potion of immortality thing to counteract the whole life force, giving life force so he doesn't die, right? Like that's kind of how I'm interpreting it. But this immortality potion or whatever is kind of turning them into zombies. He says you're in suspension between the realm of life and death. So do you still have a life force at that point in time? Is he trying to like basically find the fountain of youth to like recharge life force that he can continually do this like forever type of thing? So I see what he's trying to do. So I get it, but I don't know. That was a great cutscene though. That was amazing. That was fantastic. His story has been so interesting.
But when one with an altruistic nature gains access to this art, they are more seduced than the average person by the miracle of overturning the laws of life and death. Though they know better than anyone else the fate that awaits them, when faced with the sorrows of humanity and the pain of losing their nearest and dearest, they cannot help but reach beyond human means. They are like moths that throw themselves into the flame, seeking a glimmer of hope in a dark world filled with pain and suffering.
So, Baizhu, does that mean...
I suppose that would make me a moth that yearns for the light, but doesn't want to be burned to a crisp. Changsheng's art can transfer pain and suffering between people, but it cannot reduce the total amount of pain in the world. It's just like we witnessed. Either Jia Liang feared for Jiang Li's life, or Jiang Li grieved over Jia Liang's sacrifice. I have nothing but the utmost respect for my predecessors, who sacrificed their lives for their principles. But I do not wish to join their ranks, nor do I wish to pass on this contract to anyone else in the future.
Okay, so that's why you are working towards trying to do this immortality thing. Well, it could be one reason, could be other reasons too, but I mean...
Huh? But didn't you already transfer a ton of diseases onto yourself?
What makes a poison, poison? And what makes a disease, a disease? When it comes down to it, are not both mechanisms that affect the operations of the human body? If disease is defined as deviation from normal functioning, then who knows? Perhaps the true elixir of immortality could in fact be a kind of poison.
Could be.
Many may view the notion of searching for immortality in poisons and illnesses as a flagrant violation of the natural order. But to me, it is no different from the way our ancestors tested the medicinal qualities of herbs by sampling each and every one. I don't want those who come after me to lose their lives to this contract. Nor do I wish for Chengsheng to perish from losing her host. This leaves only one solution, doesn't it?
Yep, the elixir of immortality. You have to become immortal.
Precisely. I will be Chengsheng's final host, and the tradition of passing down the contract will end with me.
Even the gods of old struggle to achieve true immortality. First you want to save others, then you want to save yourself. Now you even want to save me. You're getting greedy, Baizhu.
But isn't wanting to have it all what makes us human?
True.
For a selfish moth like me, who's afraid of the flame yet yearns for the light, the only path forward is up towards the moon.
For once, Paimon just does not know what to say.
Wow, you're at a loss for words, Paimon? I'm shocked.
Dr. Baizhu, Traveler, what are you still chatting about? The food's about to get cold.
Yeah, let's go eat.
We also have coconut
Oh, no.
milk for Changsheng and Paimon.
Are you sure it's not cocoa goat milk there, Chi-Chi?
Okay, fine. Let's go grab some food. Paimon has
Just
a
popped
bunch
up.
of burning questions, but they can wait till after we've eaten.
Oh, Paimon, leave some gruff for me. Yes. You bottomless pit.
I do envy Paimon sometimes. Eating her fill is enough to satisfy her body and mind.
True. And yet, although we call them simple pleasures, are such things as these not precisely why we mortals cling desperately to the life we have?
Dude, that was a great story quest. Bro. That's one of the definitely one of the better ones. Learned a lot about Baizhu and his past and how Chengsheng came along and how he's looking for the elixir of immortality and why he's kind of looking for it. But I think there's more to Baizhu than what he is telling us. That one line in the game where he legitimately said, oh, so just a few words is gonna make you believe me? You know, even good people have ulterior motives sometimes. I think that is a huge line. He's basically telling you, don't trust anybody at all, ever. So I think it's huge. And also, I think that there's something up with Pantalone. So one of the harbingers that you saw in Winterline Salazzo and Baizhu, there's something up with those two because they look very similar. I think they might be like twins or like their bodies, kind of like a Dotori thing where they have separated and one is doing one thing and the other one's doing the other thing, but they're kind of, you know, looking for the same thing, but they're going in two different ways. One is a harbinger and one is a doctor. So one is like evil and one is like quote unquote good, or quote unquote evil and quote unquote good. So I think there's more to Baizhu and Pantalone because, like I said, I don't think they would make them look that similar if there wasn't something up with it. That story quest was great. It was one of my favorites. It was just an amazing quest from top to bottom. The story kept you going. Made you feel emotions. You learned about Baizhu, you learned about Chengsheng, but I think there's more to this story than meets the eye, and hopefully we will find out later. So